Now in this show, we want to look at urban farming, in particular vegetable farming. We know in this day and era there is not so much land available for people, to put up their vegetables and gardens so that they can be able to make money and provide for their family. But people have had to become innovative and use the little space that is available in order to produce vegetables, make money, and also be able to feed their families. In this show, we are at the Fruits of Faith Avail Farm in Gayaza, Magere. We want to adventure into vegetable growing in the urban setting. So in this quest for knowledge, let's go to the nursery, find the owner of this farm to take us through this journey of what he has done at his farm to grow vegetables and make money out of it. So come with me as we go find the farmer in this garden. So, well, we are here in the greenhouse, such a green space. If you love green and farming, I know green would be your favorite color. So let's find the farmer to take us through this journey of how he has been able to produce, so much vegetable, from tomatoes to, so many other things in this little space that he owns here in Gayaza in Magere. So let's take a walk and get to, find all the information that we need. So,
hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm great.
So Joe Farmer, is that the name?
Yes, I'm Joe Farmer.
The Garden Whispers?
The Garden Whisperer.
Whisperer. Oh, I saw whispers. Yes. So let's start by you introducing yourself, your name and your farm and how you got to, tell us about this space.
All right. Thank you. I'm Joseph Male. Everyone calls me Joe Farmer.
Oh.
But the special is, I'll first of all welcome you to Avail Fruits of Faith Farm.
Yes.
And this is in our green nursery area. This is some people mistake it because of the white, but it's a greenhouse anyway. But mainly this is where we start our production line. If you ever think about starting your journey in vegetable growing, this is where we start from. So this is where we we transform our seeds into seedlings. Maybe I will explain a bit of the simple process of what we go through.
Right.
It's irrespective of the variety or the vegetable you want to grow, everything starts with a clean seeding material. So let's say you've already chose your seeds, and the next important thing is to choose how are you going to raise your seeds or seedlings. So the two things we need in our case, we need what we call a nursery tray. That is one. But also, most importantly, you need the right, what we call the growing media.
Is this soil?
Growing media, let's call it our soil now.
Okay.
Yes. And in this case, we are using peat moss. Peat moss is well decomposed peat. I'd call it like that. In
simple terms, if I don't know what a peat moss is.
If you don't know what peat moss is, you can use well decomposed organic manure. Let me simplify it like that. But what we do here, we also combine it with what we call a combusted material. Combusted is when you burn something, not to form ash, but you form carbon like charcoal dust. So it is what we've combined here. When you touch it, you can feel it a bit. It's very light.
It's charcoal dust, and yeah, it's very light.
Very, very light, and it's moist.
Yes.
So when you get this, the most important thing is to be able to feel it first in your trays. It's the most important thing to start with. And because it's already moist, You don't need to compact it as long as you fill it in all the spaces.
You place it lightly.
You just place it there lightly, exactly. So there we'll have our, you'll have your tray all filled up like this. And it's at this stage where you start seeding, one seed at a time.
You place seeds.
We place seeds one by one. When you place your seeds, maybe I will show you because you found yesterday we had already seeded. After placing the seeds like this, the next phase is there where we cover them.
Okay.
For 3 days. I'll show you how the covered seeds look like. So after covering, after 3 days, we shall open them and we shall be able to place them open like these ones.
Oh.
So these ones are just a week after opening.
Oh.
So when they are out, and at that time you have already put enough water, and we have already, we call it buffering with also nutrients. So your seeds are able to grow with ease without a lot of corrosiveness. And at this time we are only giving water. And when you are giving water, we don't use a watering can, we use only a spray pump, because you don't need also heavy drops to interfere with the growth of these plants. This stage takes 2 weeks, and in your 3rd week we're already here. So it doesn't take that long. So in your 3rd week, you allow your seedlings to start what we call hardening.
Okay.
So you see already the roots have started forming, but if you touch it, it's still a little
soft,
fragile.
Yeah.
So you have to really handle it with care. But anyways, after your week 4, you have already seedling to transplant.
Oh, wrong word from me. Transplanting.
To transplant.
Yeah.
From the tray, we take to the main garden. And that is where we transplant.
Okay.
So this happens for all the vegetables we are working with. What vegetables do we work with mainly here? The main cultivar which everyone needs is a tomato, because we use that on a daily basis. We have aubergine, those are the eggplants.
Oh.
We have sweet pepper, we have leaf lettuce, both in red and green. We have chilies and hot pepper. This is a big product for those who are doing export production. Then we have a lot of iceberg, we have a lot of red cabbages, mauve, and that's a big order. And the way we do seedlings here, for us, it's not just about raising a seed. It's very important because we want to work with your journey. If we are successful in the seedling, we are sure that you'll be also successful in your main garden.
Right.
So we do both for ourselves, but also commercial as a business, where we allow other people to make an order. Like what you see here is on order.
Oh.
So someone makes an order, they pay 70%, then we are able to start. After 4 to 5 weeks, they are able to come and pick their seedlings.
Oh.
So that is the journey of your nursery. But it is very, very important to be sure that your nursery is in a very well protected environment like this one, in that you don't get early disease incident, you don't get pests, but also your seedlings are able to grow within a shortest possible time, such that you can optimize your production, where we are going to see next.
Right.
Yes.
But you know, as I came in here, something struck me. This place is very clean. Is that intentional? A gardens like this?
Okay, that's pretty interesting, because for us now, farming is a lifestyle, and it's part of us. Let me say, farming has to be sexy. You have to really make it that interesting. You have to enjoy it. So it has to be really clean. It has to be cool. You must really enjoy it. Yeah. So we make it organized in that we feel at peace with it.
Okay.
Yeah. For us, that's important.
And you talk about you know, keeping away disease and all that stuff. So is that part of the process, the cleanliness, or is there a way you keep away these pests from attacking the plant?
First of all, if you look where we are, it is kind of a protected structure. It has a UV treated plastic, so it protects from the direct ultra rays of the sun. But we also have what we call an insect net in the side. So that insect net, or what you can call an optinet, prevents any insect from coming in, but it allows air to get in. such that you feel it's a bit warmer here. It's like a sauna almost.
Oh yeah.
So the cool air comes in, but up there, the warm air can escape out.
Okay.
That is what we base on a lot.
Okay.
And we make sure that the doors are always closed as long as we are in operation here.
Okay.
So that also safeguards us a lot.
So how big is this space where you...
The space where we are working currently, this is a 240 square meter. It is a 16 by 15. So that allows us, it gives us an opportunity to be able to produce up to 50,000 seedlings per phase, per go.
When you talk of a phase, what's the duration?
A phase is just 1 month. 1 month.
Okay.
So if someone places an order, it takes between 4 to 5 weeks maximum. So that is a phase. So if we are in full capacity, we are able to take over 50,000 seedlings. Yes.
So how often do people put orders for this thing?
Let me say all year round, but the numbers vary. There are peak times, like we've been in a peak time already. Our farmers still greatly depend on the rain, so as the rain season came in, already we had a lot of orders. Some of them have already gone, but already more, like that is 20,000, which we started last week, but already this has been going out. Next week after our training, this will not be here. It's already going out. Oh. Yes.
Out of curiosity, I wanted to ask, what inspired you to join farming? I mean, this sort of farming. We all know people will go out, find some big chunk of land and then farm, but you're using your available space that you have. So how did that even come to your mind that I need to farm in this space?
First of all, it's you start by the space you have around you. And being in an urban setup like we are, we don't have that option of very big land. So that gives us a kickstart that, well, I can utilize whatever space I have. And I realized the gap between growers. What was the biggest challenge? It's one of the biggest challenges at the nursery production. At the nursery production, most people are losing over 50% of their produce at nursery level. So I realized that is something we could address. So we started doing it for ourselves first, but also we realized many farmers were getting addressed to that. So it brought us to that innovation. And the other bit, we realized that also how people are using their land was so different. People do extensively, but if you do a little bit of vertical, I would give an example, sticking tomatoes. You realize that you maximize your space better. And for us, that's what we looked at. Between our spaces, not expanding anymore. If you look at where we have the greenhouse, it's really small, but it gives us an ability to, do more crops. Like in a space like this, you can do 1,000 plants. And you're growing them vertically, so it is much better when you do in your space. However, those who have space, they can do extensively. Yes.
I keep hearing us. So
Yes.
Are you in this in a partnership with other people, or it's just you?
That's an interesting. As Avail Group is now a farm, a registered farm. I started myself, but now I have a team. A team of, if I look at, we have 2 sites. This site alone, we have 12 people here. So it is not a one-man show. I have a team of 12 people I work with, so that is my team.
Okay.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, you own this farm. You have your team, but this farm is yours.
Yes, it belongs to us because in the end, we all benefit.
Right.
We all benefit between those who are giving us labor, our partners who we supply vegetables, we have that kind of relationship, which is really strong.
But what didn't come out is, I want you to tell me, because I don't know if you started farming as a child or what really gave you that idea that farming can be done in a home, in a space, because I see this is a home. I'll
give you a brief intro onto that because surprisingly, my real background is not agriculture. My first profession was into accounting and finance. Worked for 1 year, but really didn't add up very well according to the ideas and the visions I really wanted to achieve. So I had to think about something that resonates to really what I want to do. And let me say that wrong turn made me face in this right direction. And that is how I really started it very small. So I wanted to find something that could create for me a more sustainable employment. When you talk about employment, there are people who are very comfortable in employment. There are people who are entrepreneurs. There are people who are good at trade. You know, we all belong somewhere. But for me, I wanted to do something that resonates to my soul, and that's how I came back, because I wanted to really do with nature. But I wanted also to make money more sustainably. So that is what I wanted to do, and that is what pushed me a lot into farming.
Did you buy the space or?
No, not really, not all of it. Initially, this is family land.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I see that it's very important, at least at any single time, to have a starting point. We must have a starting point. It could be you bought a small piece of land, but here it was initially family, but we went on, you know, starting to use the space better. Even on the next site where we've expanded, we are expanding slowly like that. But the most important thing is also to be able to, let me use the word restore. 2 acres of this land wasn't at all arable. You couldn't use it for agriculture at all. People used to do clay, brick clays, you know, those kind of things, yeah. So it wasn't an area where I would easily think for agriculture. So there has been a lot of backfilling, you know, to make it really productive, but also integrating nature a lot into our means of production. If you move out, you'll see a lot of microclimate, a lot of integration of plants, and that is what we are trying to create to make it arable.
I saw many rivers. Are those rivers or streams?
Yes, we are making, maybe what I will share about our farm is not an ordinary farm. It is an integrated agro-tourism farm.
Right.
So what we want to create is an aura where you come and you feel back to the nature in its fullest, and be able to, everything stay in a symbiosis. The plants, the trees are there. You see a lot of bamboo around here. You'll be so surprised, you'll see a lot of monkeys, and they're not really harmful to our plants. They're still here. So that kind of environment is not easy that you easily get in the modern farming environments we talk about. Yes.
Well, it's getting so hot in here. So maybe we take a walk outside, and then we go through the next process.
Absolutely.
After the nursery.
So maybe to mention clearly, any grower out there, when you start with your nursery, the most important thing, have the quality, but be sure where you are going. Either you are doing open field production, or you are going to go protected agriculture. And that is where we're going to share our next step.
Okay.
Yeah.